Madness has arrived. The NCAA tournament is upon us once again, and while the buzzer beaters, upsets, and Cinderella stories are more than enough to get even the casual fan excited, this year's tournament features another can't-miss element: a plethora of future NBA talent. What to know and who to watch out for when you're not compulsively checking your bracket? We've got you covered. So sit back, relax, and take this in. We just dropped official score gear on shop.thescore.com. Go cop your own hoodie, crew neck, or tee by clicking the link in the description. Now let's get started. The 2022 men's NCAA tournament is something of a rarity in that all four number one seeds, Arizona, Baylor, Gonzaga, and Kansas, have potential future NBA stars on their rosters. Let's start in the West, where the Bulldogs are not only the odds-on favorite to win their first NCAA title in school history, but their big man in the middle, Chet Holmgren, is the betting favorite to go number one in the 2022 NBA draft. The 7-foot center is what can be best described as a basketball unicorn. He can shoot, he can handle the ball, he can get to the rim, and despite only weighing 195 pounds, he is undoubtedly one of the best, if not the best defensive prospect in college right now, averaging nearly 4 blocks a game in 27 minutes a night. And don't be fooled by his slender frame. Holmgren puts the dog in Bulldogs. This year, he became the only player in college history to average at least 3 blocks per game while shooting over 70% from 2 and over 40% from 3. Chet and the rest of the crew from Spokane, Washington will have their work cut out for them though. The Bulldogs have made the NCAA tournament every year since Mark Few took over as coach in 1999 and have been a number one seed multiple times, yet they have no championships to show for it. If Holmgren can take the Zags to the promised land, all while showing off his impressive versatility, he can make himself the undisputed number one overall pick this summer. For now, however, there is some dispute as to who's going number one, mainly because of these two guys: Duke's Paolo Banchero and Auburn's Jabari Smith. Let's start with Banchero. The 6'10", 250-pound forward is by all accounts one of the most impressive scorers in college. He uses his size and his shooting ability to wreak havoc from the high post, where he can use his patent pull-up jumper or his playmaking prowess to find open teammates. He scored 20+ in 11 of his 34 games this season, including dropping 21 points and 5 rebounds to best Holmgren's Bulldogs back in November. And a lot of eyeballs are going to be on Duke at the tournament. More than the usual because, well, most fans want to see if the legendary Coach K can finish his final season with one last hurrah, or if Banchero's teammate and projected top 10 pick AJ Griffin can secure his lofty draft position after missing a chunk of the season with a knee injury. If Banchero can help Coach K to win his 6th national title, all while dominating, Chet's got competition. Speaking of competition, another player gunning for the top spot in the draft, and the player with potentially the most to gain at the tournament, is Auburn's forward Jabari Smith. Smith leapfrogged Banchero in ESPN's Mike Schmidt's latest mock draft, where he's projected to go 2nd overall. And the 6'10", 18-year-old has been one of the bigger surprises of the season. For a guy his size, Smith can really shoot the ball, hitting over 2 threes a game on better than 42% shooting. And his game is versatile. He can hit pull-up threes, step backs, and turnarounds thanks to his ability to rise up over his defender. He's also a menace on the defensive end, and his two-way versatility is what makes him so intriguing. If the second-seeded Tigers can make some noise in the Midwest and maybe even make a Final Four run because of Smith, there's no reason why he can't go number one. Smith, like Banchero, is the prototypical versatile forward that projects to be a good NBA player. Holmgren, on the other hand, is the more unconventional player, and that's why the big man has more boom or bust potential. But they've all got a shot, it seems, to go 1st overall. So we've talked about forwards and a center, but what about the guard spot? That conversation starts with Purdue's speedy man at the helm, Jaden Ivy. The 6'4" point guard is having a breakout sophomore season for the Boilermakers, averaging more than 17 points a game on over 46% shooting. A huge improvement from last year when he averaged 11 points on under 40% shooting. A big part of that has been his increased efficiency from downtown. He's shooting better than 35% from behind the arc this season compared to the brutal 25% he shot last year. He's become one of the most lethal offensive threats in the country, especially in transition where he tears apart opposing defenses. His fluid style, agility, and the second-year leap have helped him receive comparisons to Memphis Grizzlies guard Ja Morant. That's some high praise. If Purdue plays deep into the tournament, it's almost certainly because Ivy is leading them there. The list of soon-to-be pros competing in the tournament doesn't stop there though. Last but absolutely not least, on the outside looking in, are 3 tantalizing prospects who need our attention. Iowa's Keegan Murray, Arizona's Benedict Mathurin, and Wisconsin's Johnny Davis. The 6'8" forward Murray has been arguably the best player in college basketball in his sophomore season, averaging nearly 24 points per game, 9 rebounds, 1.5 steals, and 2 blocks on 55.5% shooting from the field. He scored a whopping 103 points over the Hawkeyes' 4 Big Ten tournament games, and I don't expect that hot streak to end anytime soon. Similar to Murray, Badgers guard Davis has taken a leap in his second year as well. While he's not the quickest athlete for an undersized shooting guard, his craftiness and knack for scoring in the mid-range has him averaging just under 20 points a game. Meanwhile, the 6'7" Canadian point guard Mathurin is also set to turn heads in the tourney. He's an electric dunker, so don't be shocked if you see him catching a body or two. But he's also an effective 3-point shooter, hitting on nearly 38% a game. He is the ultimate energy and effort guy. And if that energy and effort can translate to a successful tournament for the #1 seeded Wildcats, he can make a leap on the draft boards as well. But what do you think? Is there anyone you have your eyes on in the tournament? Who do you think is going to win it all? Let us know in the comments, and as always, we'll see you next time.